Hello everyone, welcome to BISP Solutions. I am Preeti, working as Oracle Fusion Functional Consultant. So in our today's video, we will see how to integrate the course that we have created in the Payables module with the project module. So for creating the invoices in the Payables module, we need to do the configurations so that you can perform the task related to Payables module. So we will directly move to our application and we'll see there what are the configurations that you need to do for creating the invoices in the payables module. We will create the cost through invoices in the payable modules and then we will push that cost to the project module. First, we will see the basic setups that are required to create the invoices in the payables module. So this is our application. Now for creating the invoices, your user requires some roles. So we will go to the security console and we will see what are the roles that you need to provide to the user so that he will be able to create the invoices. Go to the navigator, then go to the tools. Now click on the security console. Search for your username here. Click on edit icon. And then click on add role. So what are the roles? So you have to provide the role of accounts payable manager to the user. Then you have to provide the role that is accounts payable invoice supervisor. These are the roles that are required to create the transactions and invoices in the payable module. Then for creating the supplier, you have to provide the different roles that is supplier manager. Then you have to provide the role related to procurement, that is procurement manager. Procurement preparer. And then you have to provide the role of procurement requester. Also, you have to provide the role of buyer to your user. When you will provide all these roles to your user, then only he will be able to create the invoice. Now we will move to our application and we'll see what are the roles that our user already have, and in case he does not have any of the roles that are displaying on the screen, we will provide the same. You can see here this user already have accounts payable manager role. Click on add role and provide the role of accounts payable invoice supervisor. Click on done here. You can see this user already have buyer role. You can see the roles that are related to procurement. These are the roles related to procurement, that is manager, preparer, requester. And these are the roles which are required to create the supplier in the application, supplier administrator and supplier manager. So the roles that I have mentioned in the slide already given to this user. Now click on save and close. Click on done. Now you have to provide the data access for these roles to this user at business unit level. Go back to the home page here. Then go to the setup and maintenance. Select the setup area as financials. Then go to the payables functional area. Let's search here. This is the task, that is manage data access for users. Click on add icon. So we have added only one role. The other roles were already given to this user. So I will provide the data access for that role at business unit level. This was the role that we have given now. Let's select the security context as business unit. Now click on done. If your user does not have all these roles, that then in that case, first you have to provide the role to the user and then you have to provide the data access at business unit level. Now we have to go to the setup and maintenance and we will see what are the tasks that are related to the payables module. Go to the financial setup area and select payables here. So these are the tasks that are the required tasks, and you have to configure it before creating the invoices. So let's start with the payment term. So these are the payments term. And if you want to create your own payment term, then you have to go to this click icon and you can create the payment term as per your own business requirement. Or you can use these predefined payment terms also. Click on done. For creating the supplier, your user should be the procurement agent, and procurement agent is the user who can make purchases for business and who can handle the work related to purchases. Now, let's change the business unit here. Now click on save and close. Search for your username here. So you can see that the user that we have logged in with is already the procurement agent. If you want to create your new user as the procurement agent, you have to simply click on this add icon and you can select the detail of your user here and you can create that user as the procurement agent. And these are the functions that your procurement agent can perform. You can see here, manage suppliers, purchase orders, purchase agreements, requisitions. As I told you, the procurement agent will be the user who will handle all the work related to the purchases, and also for creating the supplier, which is a very mandatory in the payables module. He will be able to create the supplier. Only the user who will be the procurement agent will be able to create the user in the application. So the user that I have logged in with is already the procurement agent. So I'm not creating the procurement agent. Click on done. Let's move to the next task, that is manage common options for payables and procurement. So in the common options for payables and procurement, you have to provide the necessary accounts. So when you will create the transactions and invoices in the payables module, it will fetch the accounts from the common options. You can see here that we have given the liability account, then we have given the prepayment in case you have created any advance invoices, then it will fetch the prepayment account from this common options. Then we have seen that there will be conversion rate variance gain and loss. In that case, it will fetch the accounts from common options. This is the liability account, then this is the expenses account. Also, if in case there's any realized gain and loss, then you have to provide the accounts here. Now come to the expense accruals. So what is expense accruals? Here you have to decide from where you want to integrate. For example, if you are buying the materials, then you want to integrate with purchase receipts or payables. That means when you are taking the option as period end, it means here it will be routed through payables. Then from payables, it will come to the projects. First, you have to create the invoice in the payables module and you have to push the cost to the projects. And the second option is at receipt. Here, Irrespective of whether you created invoice, system will allow you to import costs from the purchasing receipts to the projects. So this is very important. You have to decide here what kind of integration you want, whether you want to integrate through invoices or whether you want to integrate it through the purchase receipts. When you are taking the option as at receipt, it means there is no need to create the invoices. When you will generate the purchase receipt, you will be able to push the cost from the payables module to the projects module. And when you are selecting it as period end, it means you have to create the invoices and from there you can push the cost to the project module. So let's take it as period end and we will take or we will push the cost from the invoices to the projects. Now click on save and close. Now come to the invoice options. Here you have to fill out the details as per your business requirement. So these are the functionalities which are available as per the invoice entry. You have to mention the payment term that will be taken as default while creating the invoices. This is the information related to matching, that is related to the purchase order, discounts, prepayments, approval. If in case you want your invoice to get approved, then in that case you have to enable this checkbox. So this is entirely depends on the business requirement. I'm not making any changes here. So click on save and close now. Let's move to the next task, that is manage payment options. This is also same. You can create the necessary changes as per your business requirement here. Now click on save and close. Now for creating the invoice, you have to create the supplier. And for creating the supplier, your user should be the procurement agent. He should be the employee and also he should have the manager role and data access at business unit level. Click on this add icon. Select the username here and here select the role. Select the business unit and then click on save and close. So we have seen that this user is already the procurement agent and also this user is the employee user. And we have provided the supplier manager role and now we have given the data access to this user at business unit level. Now go to the home page. Go to the procurement tab here. You can see here the infolate of supplier. Click on it. Now go to the task panel. Here you can see the option that is create supplier. Click on it. Now click on create. Let's move to the next tab, that is addresses. Click on add icon. Select the country here. Click on OK. And now, what is the purpose to use this address? You have to enable these checkboxes basis on the basis of your requirement. So I want to use it for ordering purpose, remit to purpose, also for bidding purpose. Now click on save and close. Now click on sites. You can see here this add icon is faded out right now because we haven't created any contacts yet. So go to the contacts tab and click on this add icon. So this is the person whom you can contact for that site. Now come to the contact addresses and we will associate the site that we have created here. So there's some issue in the instance as we were not able to see the site that we have created now, the address. Let's create one more address here. Now click on save and close. Let's come to the contact addresses. Let's click cancel and Click on submit. Go to the manage suppliers. Now you can see here that we are able to see the sites that we have or the addresses that we have created. So associate the same here. Click on apply and then click on OK. Again, click on save and close. And now come to the sites tab and you will be able to see that this add icon is active now. Click on this. So for what purpose you want to use this site, you can enable the checkboxes as per your own business requirement. Let's scroll down. Click on save here. And now you can see the tabs are active now. So you can select the detail here as per your business requirement. This will be specifically applicable for this site and for this supplier. Here you can associate your business unit. And now go and click on save and close. So we have seen the setups related to payables module. We need to create the invoice and then we need to push the cost that we have created in that invoice to the project modules. So first we have seen how to configure the basic setups which are required for payables module. In our next session, we will see how to create the invoice and how to push the cost to the projects module. Thank you so much for joining today's session. Have a good day.